All right, hold on. Stop. For some reason, your mic's not picking up. Let me see what the fuck's going on with that. Just let it sit there for a second. Of course, it's going to be one of those nights, apparently. All right, Discord, why are you not fucking reading? Oh, actually, they are.
Pissed. And we're back. Welcome to MotorMouth Broadcasting. That was a pretty cool little intro, I guess. Thank you very much for that, Jim. Heart-to-Heart Motorsports Truck Racing Round 2 for Season 10 here at Kentucky. Blue Moon of Kentucky. Keep on shining here tonight on a Sunday night. This is going to be a good one. You're going to see it all live here on MotorMouth Broadcasting. Good evening, folks. I'm the redneck announcer, Jake Reeves. My good buddy over there. I had to beep him out a couple of times, but my good buddy, Jim Cunningham, on production and also co-commentating tonight. Jim, how are you doing, sir?
Well, apparently I'm foul-mouthed this evening. Technical difficulties galore. I don't know what's going on. Every time I take a YouTube update, a Windows update, everything gets screwed up. So apparently that's what we're doing.
Oh God, I'm over here. I'm over here crying. We ain't even got to start. We've been in here for the stream's been up for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and I'm already over here laughing some more, sort of crying.
We're off the rails already, right off the bat.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean that is the quickest I think I've ever went off the rails. To be honest with you, Jim, I've never went off the rails that quick ever. But obviously, if this is the first time that you're joining us here with the Heart to Heart Motorsports, obviously we had a race last week. Not sure where the hell you was at last week, but Ron Robertson ended up getting the win. He leads in the points here so far, obviously with one race, and then obviously with Scott Casanova. I'm just joking. Scott Casanave up here in the second spot, and then Bobby Lane Jr. Obviously in the 00 sitting at P3. So that's where the points is as of right now. And Jim, I mean, it's like you were talking about a second ago. Really don't need to really go into a whole lot of detail about the points because we're only one race into the season, so anything and everything can change in the blink of an eye from where they're sitting right now.
Oh yeah, and then on top of that, it was Daytona. I have no doubt that there was some good cars that were going to be championship contenders that got taken out last week, and that's super speedway racing, plate racing. That's how it goes. So yeah, points will settle itself out here in a few weeks. Up till till then, we'll just just worry about who's winning these races and how they're running. And this will be a good test, though. Tonight's going to be a good idea of how these drivers and how these trucks are going to take to a more, regular racetrack, for lack of a better term, although Kentucky is its own animal, with its, worn out surface. And once these tires, which are going to be a big deal apparently tonight, start getting worn out, they're going to be able to race all over the track, which I love myself. I love it when you can go just 3 or 4 grooves out there myself.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, absolutely beautiful facility right here, Kentucky Speedway. It's a damn shame that it is not. NASCAR doesn't host any races here anymore. 1.5 miles in length was opened in the year of 2000. And turns 1 and 2, they're a little bit higher than what turns 3 and 4 is. Turns 1 and 2, 17 degrees in banking. Turns 3 and 4, 14 degrees of banking. Then the front stretch is about 10 degrees. And then the back stretch at about 4 degrees. So nothing really out of the ordinary, I guess you could say on that. But Sparta, Kentucky is where it is at. Obviously, may not have the 300 or Gerard Butler trying to rock and roll up here or anything like that. But matter of fact, I mean, I was up in Kentucky just last month. Wasn't able to slide by and see the Kentucky Speedway, but sure would have liked to seen it because I'm telling you, this place right here, it is I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, it is a beautiful racetrack. It's had some crazy moments in NASCAR history. Think about Kyle Busch having that save coming off of turn 2, where he was literally at a damn 45-degree angle trying to save it. That was here at this racetrack. And it is a shame that they don't race here anymore. I mean, it is a straight up shame that it just doesn't happen anymore. And I'm sad. Honestly, I mean, it's sad, to be honest with you.
This was a big a track that was promoted by the Waltrips a lot too, if I remember right. Darrell and Michael both were big advocates of this track. I think they're from Kentucky, but if I'm not mistaken, they pushed really hard to get this track onto the NASCAR calendar years ago. And this is a cool track. You know, the problem with NASCAR nowadays is all these tracks, you know, and where these races go are all controlled by one or two companies, one of which is NASCAR, and then you got the other company that owns half the other tracks in the country.
SMI.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, so, you know, that's the reality of this whole deal is if you're not one of those couple of companies, your chances of you getting a race are pretty slim. So that's unfortunate, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Well, Bobby Lane Jr., right? Look, well, never mind. They just jumping each other. They're playing leapfrog right now up there, jumping over each other to get to the top.
Yeah. Thank you for changing the subject. I don't really want to talk about NASCAR right now. I'm still a little bit PO'd about earlier, to be honest with you. So I mean, that's just me. If you haven't watched,
no spoilers.
Yeah, absolutely. We're not going to spoil it for you for the Cup Series championship. I will just say this: I am not pleased with how it finished. You know, I'm happy who won it, but I mean, that's beside the point. But here we go. You see a drivers working their way around the track. You got the 88 right there. That's Nicholas Kennedy trying to rock and roll as well. Absolutely. Very beautiful number 88. And Cassadave out there, 03, trying to make it happen as well. Right now, I was just fixing to say 82 was leading it, but no, Nicholas Kennedy goes to the top. Ronald Robertson will go to the top.
There he is.
It's like you said, Jim, they are leapfrogging each other down Waste of Sunday out here.
Yeah, it's like that old video game from the 90s, man, Frogger. They're out there jumping each other left and right. You remember Frogger. I see you did. As soon as I said it, you did. Apparently, we got another Cassinave out there tonight, too. This is Carter Cassinave. I'm not sure. I'm assuming father-son probably, but I don't know that for a fact. I'll clarify that at some point in time.
Yeah, very good possibility. I agree with you right there. Maybe father-son, maybe not. Not 100%, but like you said, we'll get some clarification on that. But, you know, I mean, Jim, you know, I've seen this in the past, you know, if it is a father-son, because, you know, I call races on the Monday night or on Monday nights for truck racing, and there's a father-son duo in that one. So it is pretty cool when you get to that instance where you're racing with your son or racing with your father out here, as you see Austin Cornprost out here taking his lap. But it's pretty cool if it is father-son to actually get there and actually get to race against your son or your father. The only problem is if you both live in the same house, because then mama's got to hear every bit of it, and that never goes well, especially if the son ends up getting the best of his daddy, because then, you know, the mama's got to hear. I mean, either way, the mom was screwed out of it.
I resemble that remark, just so you know. My son's gone now, thank goodness he's off at college, but yeah, we did that, and I had him a sim rig set up in his bedroom that it was going to be his rig to take to college, right? And so we were in rooms next to each other racing, and it wasn't good. It was bad. But we also have Bobby Lane Jr. and Bobby Joe, and then BJ Lane. So that's father and son as well. So we've got
there you go.
Got a couple of them out here. Which is, to be honest with you, one of the things that when they originally messaged me, my goodness, they messaged me a long time ago too. It's been probably, 3 or 4 months. You know, they were planning way ahead, and one of the things I liked was it was a couple of father-son duos, and it was just kind of a family affair, kind of a league, and just a good group of guys, man. And Because to be honest with you, I had a couple other choices for Sunday night leagues, and I actually chose these guys because of kind of how cool they were, what nice guys they were, and I thought they would be good to work with. So that's a true story, by the way. By the way,
Yeah.
look who's up on top up there, would you? Casanova himself.
Yes, Casanova up there leading this thing. So, but now, I mean, Scott Casanova up there leading it. He's got a 30.013 to Ronald Robertson, who won at Daytona last week. Wow, Cameron DeMont, good Lord have mercy, knocked the damn wall down.
Oof.
Killed it going into turn one, knocked the whole right side off of it right there. But Ronald Robertson, Nicholas Kennedy, that's the top three with Adam Robertson and Andrew Lohmeyer. That is the top five as we speak right now. You see the lineup across the top of your screen. As we got about 4 minutes left before we get going here tonight, Jim.
Yeah, well, I think, and that's probably, it looks like it's going to be everybody's lap, so we're probably going to have to chat a little bit here while we're killing the rest of that time, unless they advance the session. They may do that too. Okay,
so we can find something to talk about. It ain't nothing that hard.
So, Brandon, you looking at your timing screen, right? Now, the folks at home can't see this because the NASCAR graphics don't show this, but you see Brandon Ressler's got a meatball flag, as we call it in iRacing. You see that? Do you see the guy below him, Cameron DeMont? What is that he's got going on there? Oh, no, that's Bud Light Mike. Wait a minute. No, that's Bud Light Mike that's got that X thing. What is that?
I have no idea. I'm not 100% exactly what that is.
Did they catch him for drinking and driving?
They may have.
Is that a drinking and driving flag?
Well, I mean, the way that I look at it, they shouldn't do that because we talked about this last week, Jim.
That's right.
We talked about this last week.
The only safe place to drink and drive. But it's not Bud Light Mike, actually, is it? Or is it? I can't. Yeah, it is. I don't know what that weird flag is. It's some kind
I'm not 100%.
I've never seen it. No way I can show it to the people at home because it doesn't show up on the NASCAR graphics, but it's weird. But anyway, we'll see what that is. But apparently Mike did not put in a time, so I did see him out there practicing earlier. He must just going to start from the back there. It's a lot less likely to spill your beer when you start at the back. You know?
Yeah, I mean, that's. I'll put it to you this way, Jim. I mean, that's not a bad idea. I mean, if it was at Daytona, that's not a bad idea. When you get to Kentucky, it's not really that common to do that. But, who knows? I mean, this place, it is fast. You can really grip the wheel and really get some speed here at Kentucky Speedway, especially going through 1 and 2. I mean, when these guys is on the cold tires and on the freshies, you can damn near full throttle it through turn 1 and 2. 3 and 4, you got to lift a little bit trying to get through there, but 1 and 2, you can damn near full throttle it through there.
Well, at least
and
early
something
on.
can happen. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, absolutely early
maybe
on.
Maybe he's starting back there because he wants to get his beer finished before the tires start wearing out, and he's got to search for grip out there. You might need both hands then.
Yeah,
either that or you could get a racing helmet with the two. You know how the people wear those like helmets to the games, and they got like 2 beers with the straws. You could get you a racing helmet and do that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. See, and this is something that I didn't think about, Jim. They got to be careful. He's got to be careful how many beers he puts back because of tech. He's got to make sure that consuming alcohol, it does add more weight to the vehicle. So if he's already pushing it right there and he adds a little bit more weight to it, they can throw him out. So you got to be careful. And that might be what the flag is right there. That could be what it is.
His left side weight might be too much. He might have too much left side weight because he's drank too many beers and added a few pounds. That could be it. I don't know. That flag is weird though. It's got me really curious as to what that is. I do a lot of races. I did 56 races last month broadcasting, and I have never seen that flag yet. So I have no idea what that is. Yeah, 56 races I did last month.
Good Lord.
I know.
56 races. Oh. I'll tell you this much. If you would have done 57, you'd have been right on the money with a killer number that associates with the redneck announcer, if you want to know honestly. But here we go.
I don't know nothing about that number. What? 57.
Yeah.
All right.
But anyway, here we go, baby. Here's the starting lineup for round 2 live from Kentucky Speedway for the Heart to Heart Truck Series. And here we go, Scott Kazanov, or Scott Kazanave. See, I almost messed it up again, Jim. Scott Kazanave up here on the front row with last week's winner at Daytona, Ronald Robertson. That makes up your front row here tonight. Nicholas Kennedy and Adam Robertson will make up row number 2, with Andrew Lohmeyer and Austin Kornpost making up row number 3. Bobby Lane Jr., Bobby Joe out there. He'll be starting in P7 with Dan Collison, who had a pretty good run going on last week at Daytona and unfortunately got caught up in an accident. He'll start on the outside of row number 4 here tonight. Daniel Yacht, BJ Lane III, rolling off from row number 5. You got Ryan Perone Sr. rolling off from P11 with Benny Jones back there on the outside of row number 6. Then Carter Castanet back there in P13 with Brandon Ressler, P14, and Cameron DeMont, William Martin, and my band, Bud Light Mike, rounded out the 17 drivers here tonight at Kentucky. Get ready to get it fired up for round number 2. Jim, final thoughts right here as we're getting ready to go green here at Kentucky. I mean, final thoughts on what these guys is going through after they had the whiskey tasting out there on the front stretch outside the grandstands.
I know, right? Yeah, well, it's Kentucky, man. It's suburban country around here for sure. Yeah, man. To be honest, I'm excited. I want to see these guys race on a regular racetrack. It's different. It's completely different than what we always saw last week. I'm ready to see how their racecraft is on this kind of track. This is going to be a great track for that. It's daggum, I meant to get rid of them lights too. Darn it, I forgot. It's just going to be a little more of a regular, what we call a regular racetrack. And I'm just looking forward to see him handle this tough surface too. So this is a rough place, man. It's going to eat some tires up.
It's going to eat some tires up big time. Pace car is off. Fans, get ready. We're ready to rock and roll. Kentucky style. Green flag in the air. Round 2 of the Heart to Heart Motorsports Truck Series is underway. And we have got a virtual race. Scott Kazanave down to the bottom side. Kennedy's going to try to follow him. Robertson up top. Here comes Adam Robertson down to the inside. Scott Kazanave leads him off turn 2.
We got one around back. Somebody's in the wall back there. Black truck. It was, I believe it was, oh no. It was Cameron DeMont. But guess who was involved?
Bud Light Mike. Golly.
Yep, Bud Light
Mike.
That
sucks.
Yeah, oh, man. Look at this.
See what happens. Did he get loose? Yes, he did. Got loose sideways straight up the hill. Wow.
Why does it show Bud Light Mike crashed? Oh, there he is.
He wrecked after it.
He did, right? That was a sympathy spin, maybe. Let's see what happened to Mike.
Well, maybe he snapped loose too right there. Yeah, I mean, both of them more or less, Jim, in about the same exact spot.
Yep.
DeMont spun, and then Bud Light Mike spun. Both of them spun in the exact same place at different times.
I thought Mike
he tries to throw it in reverse and tries to back it up.
I thought he was going to go around in reverse. That would have been good. All right, well, that's a bummer. Got to get there and start working on him right off the bat, man. Lap 1. That's a tough spot to have to start, especially if you got to burn up your fast repair here.
Yeah, I mean, and only one fast repair for these guys, mind you. So, I mean, you burn it up right here on lap 1. You got 99 more laps. You got 99 problems, and a fast repair ain't going to be one when he gets done with it. So, you got to be careful with that. To get 3 sets of tires to their advantage to have to deal with. Obviously, the fuel run here tonight around 43 laps. Pit window would open up somewhere around lap 40. So if they was to go green for the rest of the race, you're looking at about a 2-stop race from the whole thing. And they got 2 green-white checkers if needed once we get to that point, Jim.
Yeah, I think the strategy here tonight is going to be with the tires, how long you can keep your tires under you early in the race to save a set for that last 20, 25 if we catch a caution in there somewhere. Because a new set of tires right then is going to make a world of difference, man. And you can't do something stupid, and we've all done it. where you forget to go in and turn off your change tires, and you go in for a splash of gas or something on lap 15 or 20 at a caution, and you change tires too soon, and you burn up a set of tires, you know. So you can't make a mistake like that with 3 sets of tires, man. You don't have a lot. But the guy that can keep his rubber under him long enough and then save a set for late in the race, I believe, is going to be, if we don't go green, is going to be the man to beat.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut on that one. But anyway, I'm not even going to say anything on that one, Jim. I'm just going to let that one just slide over.
Yeah,
if you didn't get it, folks, thank God. We'll just go with it.
Laying there right now. Oh, I didn't mean that either. What? Let's get back to the racing, would you? Let's get this
this
race
like some behind the mic kind of stuff that we're dealing with, I guess.
Behind the mic, yes.
Oh, Lord,
if you ever
have
have me on
mercy.
that podcast, it's going to get really bad. Let's just say that. You know, it's going to be off the hook.
Oh, Lord, Scott Cassidy leads. Nicholas Kennedy, he was able to slide by Ronald Robertson up there on the start. They tried to bring Adam Robertson with them, but wasn't able to do it. Caution come out before Robertson could try to make that pass, and then pretty much everybody else is kind of just stuck exactly where they're at. So we'll see what happens right here on this restart. See who gets where and who can try to move through here. Hopefully, Jim, we can get a little green flag run in right here for the fans at home.
Yeah, I'm sure. That was that kind of stuff happens. I have no doubt these guys are going to settle in. They're all good racers. We'll get us a good green flag run in here for sure. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we just go ahead and let's just throw a crank it up in there right now. What do you think about that?
Yeah, let's try it. Let's see what happens right here.
Of course,
hopefully
we jinxed them last week, so let's see if it happens this time or not. Who knows?
Yeah, I forgot about that. I did completely forget about that. Hopefully we can work it out for them and give them something right here, folks. 2 laps here at Kentucky. Give you a little crank it up right here for the Heart to Heart Motorsports live right here on MotorMouth Broadcasting. You got up for 2 laps. We're green flag here at Kentucky. High-speed action only, like the Heart to Heart Motorsports Truck Series will provide. As there you see Ronald Robertson tried to get back to where he was last week. Went in at Daytona and tried to go for 2 in a row, but Nicholas Kennedy absolutely wearing out the tailgate. Damn near bump drafted him off of turn number 2. Trying to make it a 2-horse race as they gallop into turn 3.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, Robinson's fast. Robertson. They've got a Robinson and a Robertson. I'm guaranteed to screw that up. Yeah, man, he's fast. He was fast last week, and look at him. He's right up front out here again tonight. Yeah, this guy's quick, man.
Riding on board with Nicholas Kennedy right behind him. Robertson put down the fastest lap of the race so far at a 30.308. Kennedy right behind him at a 30.310. That's their fastest laps of the race. Kennedy trying to use the draft that he can. And Jim, we talked about this last week with the draft and everything at Daytona, but with these trucks very, very aero dependent. You can use the draft big time to your advantage when you're sitting there racing. You get to that 3-wide situation, you ain't got to worry about it. Daniel Yawn, he's got him a 2-for-1 special, a twofer when he went around Lohmeyer and also went around Roberson as well.
Yeah, that was that's a good sign right there already. Those tires are coming into the track a little bit here, and that's what happens when those tires, when you get to just knock the freshness off of them, you can, it becomes not a one-lane track anymore, and they can kind of go move around and find their little spot where their truck's set up best to run. That's what I've been waiting on, though. I've been waiting to see that because that's what I love about Kentucky, and there's several tracks out there like this. But man, I love a track that there's multiple grooves once the tires wear out, and that's just so much fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely fun to kind of see where everybody is going to straighten out. You see Cornprost right there taking a shot, trying to dive in and go after Cullison. Maybe try to drive up behind him, get him a little loose, take the air off his spoiler, slide him up the racetrack. But Cullison able to hold tight, stay right in between Cornprost and Lohmeyer. Battle for fifth right here live on your screen. And Roberson, who dropped about 4 spots from where he started in the 4th spot. He's down here trying to gang back some lost ground.
Oh.
And check this out right here. This is
Kennedy.
pretty battle going on as well. Kennedy able to find a way, get around Robertson. Robertson going to fight back hard on the inside. 8 and 88 going at it at Kentucky.
The Dale Jr. special.
Baby. No kidding.
Yeah, you got him a Dale Jr. special going on out there right now.
Yeah, but with this battling that's going on,
Well,
Castanev able to battle back and get back in the middle of this. As there you see Kennedy dives back hard to the inside. Robertson's still up top. Castanev and Yount. We saw Yount dive down to the inside, got that 2-for-1 special a while ago.
Yeah, he's
Daniel
coming.
Yount up 5 spots from where he starting in the 9th spot up to the 4th spot now. So front 4 drivers have separated themselves. Lohmeyer about a second back from Yount. So this could be interesting right here. Front 4 maybe trying to separate, or at least try to ride and use the draft and try to get away from everybody and then settle it between themselves.
Yeah, they are definitely pulling away here a little bit. But, to be honest, man, those guys' trucks are hooked up right now. Yount is flying up there.
Absolutely, he is flying. Kind of seemed like maybe either stalled out or said, I'm just going to ride right here, take care of my tires. They're still opening it up a little bit. Lohmeyer, there you see him back here with Cullison and Cornprost. They're trying to make something happen. Cornprost thought about running with Cullison, thought different, dives down to the inside, nothing there. Cornprost trying to maybe get Cullison to slide out of the way and let Cornprost slide right back up to where he started at, up into the 6th position. We're 15 laps, coming to 16 laps down of 100 here at Kentucky. And there's Carter Castanev, Carter Castanev. I'm going to end up blowing that name now. I'm trying my best to not screw it up. But Castanev back here, the other Castanev in the field going after Perrone Sr. Battle here on your screen, trying to get inside that top 10 because Bobby Lane the third, or BJ Lane the third, I should say, sitting right there at 10th. So battles literally throughout this field here tonight so far this early, Jim.
I just wanted to give you Guy here some TV time, man. We've talked about him and we ain't shown nothing but bad, So let's highlight him a little bit, running some good laps out there, and obviously you're pulling for Bud Light, Mike. He's your guy. I almost gave away a spoiler there, but I didn't. But then there's that truck in front of him I can't bring myself to show on camera. But you know what the good news is about today? The good news is that LSU did not lose a football game today.
Yeah, or yesterday. Yeah, yes, because they didn't play nothing.
No, we didn't play. Right, yesterday. Yeah, no, we didn't play. Right, yeah. But we did fire our coach, so there's that. And our athletic director. We canned a whole lot of them.
Well, y'all play a game next week. Y'all play Alabama.
Yeah, well, y'all might be not too far in the same boat firing your coach soon, too.
Why do you say that?
I'm just kidding. I'm jealous. That's why. Because actually,
First week we probably would have.
The coach that you hired from Washington, I think he was, or was it Washington State or Washington, any one of them?
Washington?
Yeah. I wanted him to come to LSU way back when they hired Kelly, but that's another story. And we hired Kelly, which was literally the last choice. I didn't even have him on my radar. It was so bad.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when the first game, well, yeah, I wanted to fire him, but now he's starting to kind of come around. He's not a Nick Saban, but anyway.
No.
As there you see, we'll get back to a little bit of racing here. But Corn Pro's trying to make something happen right here. Lohmeyer now, he's going after Yount. Remember, we talked about Daniel Yount a minute ago. Yount was one of those drivers that was really moving through the field and making some headway. Now he's dropped back. Lohmeyer now going around Yount, and he's going to try to bring Corn Pros with him. And Corn Pro's trying to latch on as well. And there's Scott Cazenave. He has got around Ronald Robertson. So now Robertson's starting to fall back through the field. And Cazenave and Kennedy, they've been able to shoot around him. Now they're going to try to hook up and try to get away from Robertson.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get rid of him. He's got too much of a toe back there behind him to get away from him, I think. Plus, he's fast. Oh, look at this. Look at Scott taking it down to the apron there. It rotated nice down on the bottom for him, though. He got it to really rotate going through there with that yellow line. That was nice.
Yeah, he's sitting there saying, you're going to remember my name before this thing is all said and done. Scott Cazenave down to the inside. Trying to get around Kennedy. It dives it down to the inside. New race leader, Scott Cazenave leads, but Kennedy trying to fire back hard on the outside. Has a run, gets back to the right rear quarter panel, side by side, door to door, going into turn one. Kennedy with a little bit of an advantage over Cazenave, but Cazenave not wanting to give it up on the inside lane, but outside lane's going to get the run. Kennedy fires hard back on the outside and retakes the lead.
Yeah, oh, look at this back here too, man. We got their battles all over the track right now going on. Look at this. This is
what you get.
Corn Prost here.
Yeah, this is what you get with the heart-to-heart motorsports right here. Battles all over the place.
I mean, I'm not kidding.
Some of the best drivers, I'm telling you.
Look at this. I mean, we got them there all over the place.
Yeah, Daniel Yount, I mean, he was up there in prime position to have a shot to try to battle for the lead. Now he has dropped all the way back to where he started at, back in the ninth spot. And really the biggest mover there's a couple of big movers. You got Kennedy up 2 spots, Corn Prost up 2 spots, Carter Cazenave, he's up 2 spots. The biggest mover so far in the field, I got to highlight it. There he is, up 5 spots from where he started. Bud Light Mike up 5 spots from where he started.
Now look at that picture. Would you look at that picture of him? Look how happy he looks, man.
I wonder how many Bud Lights he had when he had that picture took. I'm just curious. I mean, just honestly, Jim, this stuff just writes itself. As Bud Light Mike trying to, and he's trying to go up 6 spots, trying to run down Carter Cazenave right here for that 11th spot. Cazenave also up 2 spots as well. So, yeah, I mean, he's trying to make it happen. There you see Daniel Yount.
Yeah, and
BJ Lane.
Yep.
Trying to battle it out right here. This is the battle for the 9th spot. And Yount, something happened right here with Daniel Yount. I mean, we saw it a while ago. He fired off, and I think, like you were talking about earlier, Jim, I think the good has burned off those tires.
Well, it's either one of two things. Yes, he either burnt the good off them tires too early, running it up there, or he wanted to get up there, run up there a little bit, see how he could handle up there, and then he's settling in, trying to keep his tires under him to try to stay on the fuel run. You know what I mean? So it could be one or the other, but I think you might be right. I think he may have shot up there to the front because he went essentially from 9th place up to right there, 2nd, 3rd. I don't know exactly where his highest position was, but he was right there around the lead. And he may have just burnt the good off of him because it looks like he's having a harder time. He's having to go up the track a little bit now for grip, it looks like. So, yeah, I think you might be right.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have to try to find something right here as they are, give or take, right about another 10 laps, give or take, from looking inside that pit window, right about at lap 40. But granted, Jim, they did have that caution right there on lap 1. may extend it a little bit. So you may be looking at around maybe 43 to 45 is when that pit window may open because, obviously they had to be saving fuel just riding around, taking it easy right there after that very first caution. As you see Kennedy and now Cornprost up here trying to make it happen. The fastest man to run the fastest lap was Ron Robertson. Now Robertson back to fourth. Cornprost up here trying to mix it up with Kennedy.
Yeah, no, I mean, Cornprost is definitely showing he's got a strong truck, just like he did last week. Something I didn't think about when we were talking about Yount. I mean, he could just be laying back saving fuel because we had the one caution. If this thing works out just right, and there's another caution in the second half of this race, this could end up turning into a one-stopper if you could save some fuel along the way. It's going to be close.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I mean, if somehow or another you could stretch it another 20 laps.
Not even. It's only 100. Yeah, only 100 lapper, and they said they can go 43. So that's 86. I mean, a couple of cautions in there somewhere, and and theoretically you could, you might make it a one-stopper. I just don't think the tires would be any good. That's the problem. I think it's going to be the tires.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was thinking right there as far as tires goes. I mean, it's as far as you can take them to see how that'll work out. As Cornprost got around Kennedy, he was able to make that pass. There's Bobby Lane Jr., Bobby Joe trying to make it happen, trying to go after Lohmeyer and others. And Ronald Robertson now he's fell back into a battle with Roberson and Lohmeyer right there in that mix. Bobby Joe right there in the mix as well. So four of them going for the fourth spot. And Bobby Joe tried to hang on to this little bit of a draft. Something happened to Kennedy. Nicholas Kennedy, something happened. Might have slid up, got up under the wall. Was running right there with Cornprost. Now Robertson goes by. Robertson goes by. Lohmeyer trying to figure out a way to maybe go by as well. Something happened to the 88. Kennedy was up there leading this damn thing. Now he has fell back into a battle for the fourth spot, and Kennedy's going to go back to fifth.
Yeah, I think we're starting to see them tires fall away now for sure. We're 33 laps in on these tires right now, and I think that's what we're starting to see now. They charge it in there a little bit too hard, and it's going to wash up now. This is where throttle control is really going to come in because you can't keep it pinned anymore, not through any corner right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got to be careful with what you got and everything else. And speaking of throttle control, next Sunday night's going to be a damn good one. Going to New Hampshire. Talking about throttle control tonight, you're going to have that throttle control at the Magic Mile next week when we go to New Hampshire. Adam Roberson up to fourth. Actually, that's exactly where he started at, so he hasn't gained nor lost, but would love to gain another spot and kick Roberson back a spot. Adam Roberson up here in the fourth spot trying to make something happen. Glide around Robertson. Go for this third spot as Cornprost and Cazenave, they have checked out and they are gone. You see Cazenave barely can even see him. There he goes going into turn three, and Cornprost just now coming through turn three. It's got Cazenave. He's got that sucker hooked up here tonight, almost hooked up the turn four wall, but he's able to dive it down right here at lap 37 of 100.
Yeah, that was the first sign of that thing starting to push a little bit, it looked like to me. Which I'm the world's worst, man. I cannot drive a pushing race car. I cannot. I can drive one where the tail's coming around and kissing the front end with no problem, but I cannot drive a pushing race car. It's just not in my nature. I struggle so bad with, tracks like this get tough for me.
Yeah, I mean, I love this place. I've raced here a couple of times here on the sim. Love this place. Love how it races, and especially going through 1 and 2. There is a bump right there that these guys are having to deal with right there going through 1 and 2 that will absolutely literally knock your shorts off when you go in there. So you got to be careful when you're going through there. Try not to lose your shorts. Literally, you want to try to make sure you try to hold on to it.
It'll rattle your dental work for sure.
Your dental work, your ancestors, however you want to look at it. Kennedy trying to bounce back, maybe get up here with Robertson and make something happen. Adam Roberson has moved up into the third spot and got around Robertson. Now Kennedy trying to follow suit and go around Robertson as well. And Bobby Joe latched right onto it as well. Oh, baby. Robertson got up, almost got up into the fence. Kennedy's going to dive down to the inside, try to make the pass. Bobby Joe maybe thinking 3 wide coming off of 4, but he thinks different of it. Kennedy does too. He'll fall back in line. Bobby Joe trying to get a run as well. Damn, they're racing like they're going after the last bottle of liquor right here, Jim. But, I mean, they still got 60 laps to go. They got to take their time here.
Yeah, I think what they're trying to get the last bit of good out of these tires because we're not far from green flag pit stops here. I think you're going to see it pretty soon, and that's one of the reasons these trucks are all over the track right now. These tires are shot probably. Yeah, we're going to and if you look at the lap times, they're significantly off of their best times. Some of these guys are running 2 seconds slower than their best times. I mean, that's how much the tires have fallen off. So we're not far. We're not far from green flag pit stops at all. In fact, if this thing's going to stay green, the guy who pits, or say the guy, is probably going to be 1 or 2 come together, 2 or 3, whatever. They're going to come as a little groups, I think. But the group that pits early here could gain a pretty serious advantage.
Yeah, because they'll be on the fresh.
No!
Oh, no, Robertson! Robertson gets tagged. Almost lost it. Hell of a save by the 8 of Ronald Robertson. Kennedy got into him. Oh, baby. Robertson able to hold on to it. No caution. But Robertson's going to lose a ton of spots. Collison goes by. Lohmeyer goes by. Kennedy and Lane Jr., they all went by him. Yes. Robertson, hell of a save. Check it out one more time on an instant replay, and we'll see what happens. Kennedy looks high, thinks different, jumps down, goes all the way down to the bottom. And here's the thing, though, Jim. Kennedy went down there. Robertson does not have to let him up. He is going down there on his own free will. That's right. Robertson can pin him down there as much as he wants to. Kennedy just thought different of it and said, screw this. Which I doubt that's what happened. I think that there was just,
I think
he just
pushed,
mistimed it, I think.
I agree. Yeah. I think it was a bit of a mistime, and I don't know that Robinson even realized that he had taken that dive down there and stayed down. But also, I think at the same time, I think Kennedy pushed up just slightly when he got down on that apron. And I think it was just enough to wiggle him up into Robinson. But look, props to Robinson, man. He's back a few spots, but he's fine. And that could have easily been a hot mess right there.
It absolutely could have. I mean, he literally saved
somebody's
it
in
so
the wall
good.
up there. Who was that? Oh, there he's going to the bottom of the track. Who is that? Is that Cullison? No, who is it?
Not sure exactly who it was that got up into the wall.
It's DeMunk.
DeMunk.
So he's in pit
road.
I think he had a let's see here. Let me see if I can do this. Now, this is going to be kind of tricky here. Let's see what happens here.
Wow, he was way off the pace. Something happened. Whoa, just loses it, goes down, comes up. Damn, nails the outside retaining wall in turn 1 and 2.
Yeah,
something missed right there on the 37.
Yeah, I think he's cooked the tires off that thing completely. I think is what happened there. Let's go back up here up front here. Well, Casanave is checking out on him. He's almost 2 seconds clear of the field, man.
One thing he's got to be happy about, there is no stages here with the Heart to Heart Motorsports Truck Series. No stages, 100 laps straight. So he ain't got to worry about getting a caution or a pre-planned caution for that matter. I mean, but if somebody wrecks, obviously a caution could come out and really derail that almost 2 second lead that Scott Casnave's got over Austin Cornpros.
Yeah, but it's something. Look, man, it's time. We're at lap 46. If the fuel run is about 43, we've used up what we had during that caution. Somebody has got to be thinking right now that it's time to come. And who's it going to be? Who's going to be the first one to pit here?
Not real sure who that may be, but I'll say this. I think what they may be trying to do, Jim, is like you were saying, try to be easy with their stuff and try like hell to make it to 50. And if they can make it to 50, then you do have that opportunity to make it a one-stop race.
Yeah,
if you end up pitting right here, then you're in a detriment. Then you're in a bad spot that you're going to have to deal with.
You definitely need a caution in the second half of the race if you're pitting here. I'll tell you what, take a look at this dashboard down here in the corner and watch Casanave right here. And he's, I'll tell you what, man, he is not lifting quite as much as I would have thought with this far into this tire run. I mean, now down here he's going to lift a little more. Yeah, oh yeah, there he goes. Watch him work that throttle, though, there, as folks can see. I tell you what, he's smooth on that throttle, man.
That's why he's out front at about a second,
oh,
3/4, literally.
There it is. Kennedy's in. Kennedy's in. Came by himself, too. Nobody came with him. They're going to start coming in now, though. Watch. I like what Kennedy did there. I really do. I think that is I think that's a good call. I like it.
Danger Yacht, one of them also that jumped down pit road as well.
There he is.
Will there be any takers throughout the field? We'll see if Scott Casanave decides to come down. No, he does not. Cornpros does not either. Roberson, Bobby Lane Jr., Bobby Joe does not. Lomar, none of these guys jumping down pit road. Nobody going in. BJ Lane the third does. He goes down. So BJ Lane the third, he will take that opportunity to go down pit. I think, honestly, Jim, we are looking at a one-stopper with that. Just how everything's worked out with that caution that happened earlier, help them save a little bit. They may be able to pull it off and maybe make it on one stop.
I agree 100%. Let's see here. That's not your camera at all. Either is that, really.
Blame my racing for that one.
Well, I'm going to blame the operator. I hit the wrong one. I shouldn't have been on that camera. But so now Benny Jones is in. We ain't talked about Benny Jones all night, and that bright orange Texas University of Texas colors. I don't know what he's actually got on there, but that's that burnt orange color. Now they're all coming. Here they are. Now they're all coming down pit road now.
Damn near all of them. Scott Casanave, Austin Kornprost, Adam Roberson, Bobby Joe coming down, Lomar, Collison, Hall, Lester characters coming down. Bud Light Mike stays out, and Ronald Robertson, he'll stay out as well. Try to get an extra lap on these guys. And, Jim, you talked about it a while ago, coming in early, not a bad idea. I like what Robertson and Mike and Martin, those three, they'll to stay out. I like what they're doing because that gives them one extra lap of fresh tires. We've already saw how the tire wear is here tonight. Bud Light Mike said, screw it, I'm going to go
you gotta remember, he pitted when he wrecked. So he got some gas while he was fixing that truck. So he's going to have a little bit more fuel than everybody else. I'm sure he didn't change tires unless it was a mistake, but he certainly got a little more gas than everybody else. So he can run an extra lap or two, but I'm not so sure that's the brightest idea, man. He is 2 seconds off of his best lap time, and these guys that got fresh tires, let's say, who was the first one to come in? Kennedy? Kennedy just ran a 30.43. Bud Light Mike's last lap was a 32.33. 2 seconds. 2 seconds a lap is huge in oval track racing, man. I mean, that is a massive difference. So we'll see how it all shakes out, but I'm not sure.
It just depends, though.
Yeah, no, I mean, it does. But Casanave is still up front after the round of pit stops here. So as far as that goes, and where is Kennedy at? Kennedy's still back there where's he at? Like, is that eighth place? We can put the tower up all night. Let's have the tower.
There is your tower. Obviously, Ronald Robertson stayed out a little bit longer, about one more lap than some of the leaders. We'll see if it ends up playing out for him and see if it ends up helping him one way or another. But now that lead, it has shrunk big time. Scott Casanave had about a almost 2 second lead over Austin Kornprost. Now Austin sitting right at half a second, if you will, from Scott Cazenave. And there you see the gap. There goes Cazenave. There goes Cornprobst right there, literally latched on. Adam Roberson about 4.5 seconds back from these guys. So Cornprobst laying into the throttle, trying to get the draft and trying to get up there and lead this thing here tonight at Kentucky.
Well, he's certainly trying to stay with the leader for sure. I don't know. Well, he's coming for it, no doubt about it. I think Cazenave is taking it easy on his tires right now. I really do. I think he's going to let Cornprobst go by him right now. I think he's taking it easy. Ain't nothing wrong with his truck or anything. I just think he's safe. Make sure he can get there on fuel, because they're still going to be close, especially if there's no caution. And then he's probably just saving on his tires a little bit. He's going to settle in here behind Cornprobst where he can maybe save a little gas, draft off of him just a little bit,
I got a very good feeling you could be right on that one, Jim. Austin Cornprobst leads them here tonight at Kentucky. We're going to go side by side. You ain't going to miss a thing here on MotorMouth Broadcasting with the HRT2Heart Motorsports Truck Series. We're back in a bit. Figured I'd give it a break.
Hi, I'm Aaron Lane from Bass Tire.
Hi, I'm Steve Bass. We're here at the legendary Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Good tires and brakes are important on this race car, and so are the tires and brakes on your vehicle.
For the very best in tires, brakes, and auto service, come make a pit stop at Bass Tire.
Serving Nashville for over 35 years.
On Nolensville Road, next to the zoo.
You didn't miss a thing here tonight at Kentucky. Round 2 of the HRT2Heart Motorsports Truck Series here on MotorMouth Broadcasting. Redneck Announcer Jake Reeves here with Jim Cunningham alongside producing, co-commentating. Oh, baby, it's getting good here in Kentucky. Sparta, Kentucky is showing out here tonight. Cornprobst trying to lead it, trying to keep it. Cazenave up on his back door, and Roberson 2.5 seconds back. He was about 4.5 seconds back. He's made up 2 seconds now, Jim. He's trying to latch on and try to make it a 3-horse race. Bobby Joe and Andrew Lohmeyer, the top 5.
I'll tell you what, he's running 3 or 4 tenths a lap faster right now than those 2 leaders up front. Especially if they start going side by side, he's going to make up some time on them. Roberson's he's strong back there. He's quick right now, so he's coming. He's going to definitely put his name in the hat up here and try to get in the mix.
Yeah, but at what cost, though, Jim? That's the thing. I mean, if he's running that much faster, he's got to be burning those tires up more than Cazenave and Cornprobst is doing up here at the front. He's got to be burning up those tires.
Well,
Bobby Joe not really gaining that much, but Roberson really is the one that's gaining out of all of them.
Yeah, now, that being said, if Cornprobst and Cazenave keep going side by side like they did a minute ago, then they're going to start using up their tires a little more, obviously, because then they're having to hold their truck in one line, and it can't just ease up the track and take it easy on their tires. But now, if Roberson's back there, he's running by himself, so he can just let it come up the track naturally and not wear on his tires as bad. We'll see. I mean, there are some guys that are exceptional at saving their tires and just, they can still be quick in saving their tires. That old YouTuber, DJ Yee is his name, Justin Yee. Man, I tell you what, that guy is one of the fastest ARCA drivers around, and he can save tires like nobody's business. You get to the end of a tire run, and he's got 20 or 30% more tires than anybody else in the race. He's just one of those guys. Some people are good at it, man. It's all, it's all about the angle that you put it in the corner on. And I've tried to take some lessons from him, but I'm too dumb to figuring that stuff out, I'm just put the throttle down and go.
Seems to me like he needs a job if he's got that all figured out. No, I'm just saying. But anyway, that's beside the point.
The funny thing is, he's an engineer. He has a job, like a real job.
Well, I look like a dumbass now, but anyway, that's beside the point, I guess. Cazenave, Corn Prost, that is the battle for the lead. We was talking about Adam Roberson a minute ago, was kind of closing in on him, but now that lead has kind of shrunk. I mean, it's kind of stabled out, if you will. If anything, Cazenave is pulling away from him. Roberson had it down to 2.5 seconds. Now Roberson's back to 3 seconds to Cazenave and Corn Prost. But Corn Prost not wanting to give it up, trying to stay in the draft from Cazenave. And you got to remember what happened last week, with Corn Prost. Remember what happened to Corn Prost last week? Remember the whole deal, him going down, from pit road and then coming up and then having, in that instance, put him in a situation for the point standings where Corn Prost was down a little bit, sitting 15th right now in the points. If he comes out of here tonight and comes out of this bad boy with a second-place finish, it will easily jump him above a lot of guys. But Scott Cazenave, who's sitting second in the points, this is going to very much elevate him all the way up to jumping up to the point lead, even though Ron Robertson's sitting in the 6th spot.
Yeah, no, Cazenave is, and I got a feeling from just the conversations that I've had with these guys and stuff, I got a feeling that Cazenave is a points type guy too. So the fact that he's got a second place finish last week and he's leading up there, so he's, barring an accident, he's gonna run up front again and score good points. He's gonna be tough to beat. Now we got Bobby Lane back there. We got BJ, well, not Bobby Joe, but we got BJ back there. He was all about points last week, and he pulled that third place finish out. We'll just say out of his hat. We'll use that. So I'm curious to see if what he's saving back there. If he's got anything, he's just lapping back there at some pretty consistent lap times. We'll see if he's got anything. I think this last run, if we don't get a caution, it's really going to be about who babied those tires early in this run, and not to mention saved a little gasoline along the way as well. So, to be honest, I kind of hope this thing goes green just because I want to see how it's going to work out with the strategy and who's been saving and who's going to have to come down and get a splash and, all that.
Yeah, I mean, and that will be the key out of it all is see what happens. But obviously, if a caution was to come out, Jim, it's pretty much everybody's coming down, getting 4 freshies and filling it up full of fuel, and then it's just going to be let it all hang out all the way to the end. Let it all hang out, fat bottom girls. I mean, that's basically what you're going to end up running into right here. You got to run into that right there if a caution comes out. But everybody's more or less spread out, Jim. I mean, the closest battle is the one that you see right here on your screen. Scott Cazenave over Corn Prost. About 0.4 of a second. You look out through the rest of the field, everybody's kind of spread out by about 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. Adam Roberson, Bobby Joe, about a second, from him, about a second and a half, give or take. Yeah. But everybody's kind of spread out. But the possibility, Jim, is that we could see somebody come off a turn 2 or turn 4, snap sideways, and they can spin it out. I mean, it's like, Steve Harrison's saying out there in the live chat, this league doesn't have many cautions, and they're proving fruitful to that here tonight.
Yeah, no, and that's, of course, on talks with them all before we signed the deal to do this. That was one of the things they talked about is they don't have a lot of cautions and stuff like that. And in fact, I told you that when when I brought you over that they run a lot of clean racing, and that's good in a lot of ways. But sometimes a race needs a caution to bring everybody back together again and let them race. Like right now, they're getting so strung out that other than your battle up front here, there's there's not a real close battle. Now, the battle right now, what's happening is it's a battle with saving tires and saving fuel. Because if this thing goes green, there's going to be people out there that are going to need to take a little splash of gas to get there. And then there's going to be some that were able to save enough. And it's going to be interesting to see how that all shakes out in the end.
Yeah, that's a very good possibility. I mean, you're also looking at some drivers that are back there in that, situation. You look at Ronald Robertson. He pitted on lap 52. William Martin pitted on lap 52. Bud Light Mike, hell, he pitted on lap 53. So, depending on how everything goes, they say 43 laps. But we've already seen them go all the way to the halfway point. Maybe it was just because of that caution if they was, to save enough. There's a lot of strategy right here to play right here with 25 to go, folks. So, I mean, this thing is not over yet, not by a long shot. Anything can happen right here at this point. We could have somebody get, loose, have a caution one way or another. We could have guys run out of gas. I mean, anything. I mean, literally. There's no telling what the hell is going to happen at this point, Jim.
No, and we got 25 to go. So there's, this is the point where tires have got roughly 25 laps on them for most of these guys now. And so, it's the time where the cars are going to start moving around on the track. You've been racing here now for, I don't know how long we've been green at this point, I guess, right at almost an hour. So you got your 45 minutes or so, I guess. Your concentration starts to lapse a little bit, and it just anything can happen. It's so I definitely would not rule out the potential for a caution flag here.
You are just egging for a damn caution, Jim. You're wanting one, ain't you?
No, not really. No, I don't. Look. The reality is, and to be honest with you, what is happening is what you also see even in road racing. You get this lull in the middle of a long race, and then everybody starts coming back together. All of a sudden now we've got this battle going on right here, where you got Roberson and Bobby Lane Jr. right there. They're coming back together. You got Kennedy back here with BJ Lane right there. They're coming back together into a battle. We got this one back here that's absolutely heating up. Well, that almost looks like the University of Texas and the University of Georgia right there, doesn't it? I know it's not Texas. I'm sure his paint scheme is not Texas probably, but it just looks like it. We're all football guys here, so I can't help myself. But now all of a sudden, we got battles all over the track again. Look at this. We're 21 laps to go here. We got battles everywhere. Just that fast.
Points. Yeah, points mean everything. And real quick, I do want to give a quick shout out. I remember last week I said something about the Georgia paint scheme and matching Ronald Robertson. I completely screwed that up. That was William Martin's paint scheme. But, hell, both of them was running red trucks. It's kind of hard to miss it, but it was William Martin that had the Bulldog scheme on there. And shout out to you got to give them a quick shout out as we're at 20 to go. Got to give them a huge shout out. They was able to beat Florida. Heard it was the end of an era. Apparently, with all this other stuff, Georgia's not going to be able to play Florida here for a little while. I guess protected rivals is going out the door, which sucks because it's a bunch of bull. But anyway, that's beside the point.
That's another story, right?
That's another story for another day. May end up being on my podcast whenever I decide to put out a new episode. But Martin up here trying to make something happen one way or another. Here's the bad part. He's fixing to go a lap down because here comes Scott Cazenave and there's Austin Kornprost. Both of these guys got to put Martin one lap down. The next guy they're going to come to
Don't say it.
Be Bud Light Mike
Don't
up the road.
Don't say that.
There you see Bud Light Mike coming through 3 and 4 and Cazenave and Kornprost. They're now working their way through 3 and 4. So Bud Light Mike will be the next one. And caution was, if a caution was to come out, William Martin would get the lucky dog and get back on the lead lap. So, we'll see what happens. We got one stopped up the hill.
Oh, that's good. Daniel Yount, that's going to bring out a caution. He stopped on the track.
It very well might.
That's got to bring out a caution, right? He stopped on the track.
Unless he got back going.
Oh, I guess he did. There he is, right down there on the bottom. He did not stop long. Okay. Wow. That was so close to a caution.
Wow.
Ooh.
That could have been big. That could have been very, very big right there. But green flag keeps going. And honestly, I think Austin Cornprost and Castanet, they want to keep this sucker green.
Of course
they don't
do.
want nothing to happen there because they're loving this battle right here that you're seeing
I would say,
live here on your screen.
I would say that the top four probably, from Bobby Joe, Roberson, Cornprost, they all want to see this go all the way here because they're in a good spot. Yeah, well.
Cornprost thought about going high, thought about it. They can try to get the draft, trying to make it happen right here, see what happens.
I'm not going to lie to you. I think 16 to go might be a little early to make a move, though, because you're going to burn a lot of tire to get by him right here. If you're going to make one charge at him, I'd save it till about, 10 or 8 to go, something like that. 16 just seems a bit early to me because you're going to burn up some tire, and Scott's going to let you go, and then he's going to come right back around you. But Bobby Joe here is getting feisty back here. Look at him.
Oh, here he goes down to the inside. Bobby Joe trying to make a pass. Roberson up on the top side. Bobby Joe up 4 spots from where he started in 8th. He is going to, or 7th rather. He goes to P3, and Roberson bump drafted him going into turn 3, tried to shove him in there. Maybe shove Bobby Joe up the hill. Not able to do it. Bobby Joe says, not today. Bobby Joe keeps it in 3rd, and he's going to try to pull away from Roberson as the battle's still heating up at the front with Castanet and Cornprost. Cornprost trying to latch on, and Jim, like you were saying, 10, 8 to go, hell with it. I'd wait for about 3 to go and try to have as much time, use much time to use him up. But don't give him enough time. Don't give Scott enough time to try to come back and get you.
I don't disagree with you there. The reason I said 8 was in the event your first attempt doesn't make it, you can let your tires cool back down for a lap or so and make one more charge at him before the end of the race. If you wait till 3 and he blocks you and your tires get hot, you ain't got nothing left then. But if it's at 8, you can let your tires cool for 2 or 3 laps and then jump back in there for one more run. That was the only reason I picked that number specifically. But I agree with you. You certainly don't want somebody whose truck is as strong as Scott's has been all night to have the shot to come back on you for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. 12 to go. Cornprost just laying in the weeds, literally filling up the mirror. Scott Castanet. There you see Austin Cornprost started 6th. He is up 4 spots, running in the 2nd spot. Would love to be up 5 spots when this sucker is all said and done. Steve Harrison out there live chat. Yeah, apparently the 20 of Benny Jones, he is a Texas fan. So I guess we do have a little Georgia, Texas deal going on back there for that spot.
All right.
And both of them literally right beside one another. You see them right there behind them. Matter of fact, Benny Jones trying to get over Martin. And that is very, very keen for that spot, Jim.
That is
the battle for the Lucky Dog.
Which still
can
happen.
That is the battle for the Lucky Dog.
Because it still can happen. We got several battles going on here that are clearly going to heat up in the next few laps, which could bring out a caution. They always seem to manifest themselves with about somewhere between, 3 and 5 or 6 laps to go in a race. Well, look at Castanet now. He's taking it down to the apron, making sure he's going to make Cornprost go on the outside of him if he's going to pass him. He is driving it right down on that yellow line at the apex of the corner there. He is going to make sure he doesn't leave Austin a shot to get underneath him.
Damn near 2 seconds a lap slower than what they ran for their best laps here in the race. Fastest lap of the race goes to Bobby Joe with a 30.174, sitting in the 3rd spot, but he's about 4.5 seconds back of the battle here at the front. Cornprost right up on the tailgate of Scott Castanet. 9 to go, working their way through 1 and 2. Scott right on the bottom side, literally down in the cellar where Grandpappy hides the moonshine. Here in Kentucky from Granny, Scott Castanet trying to hold on to the lead. Cornprost trying to find any way, shape, fashion, or form to get the clean air, stay out of the dirty air, and find a way around Scott Castanet, but he is not able to do it at this point. I think he's waiting. It's 8 to go right here, Jim. This is about the time you would say, and he's looking down to the inside.
Well, and Scott stayed up there. He did not bring it down to the line right there, and I wonder if that was a little mental error right there for him, or is his tires starting to feel it because he's putting it down on the yellow line every time. To keep and hold your truck down there, it's going to burn your tires up more than running that like a middle or a little higher groove, you know. Look at him. He's all the way down now using that apron there, which that's not uncommon on these tracks like that. They do that a lot. But, yeah, he's I tell you what, he's come up off that bottom line just a little bit.
They have a little bit to do with the tires. Now Cornprost dives into the corner. Scott Casanave down to the bottom side a little bit more. Cornprost around the outside. He's going to take a shot. And Scott Casanave down to the inside, door to door, coming to 6 to go. Austin Cornprost around the outside, made it look easy.
Boy, drove it right around him.
Something might be an issue right here. Scott Casanave maybe short on fuel like we were talking about a second ago, Jim. Scott Casanave may be sitting there thinking, no, sir, caution is out on the speedway.
What?
Oh, baby.
What happened?
Something happened. See, Ryan Perone Sr. Was there contact?
Oh.
77.
Oh, there we go.
Carter Casanave ends up tagging him, sends him around, and Perone Sr. goes around.
Well, he come off the wall, though. Did you see that? He was up. He hit the wall. He definitely.
He very much did. Might have came down, right, got into the right front of Carter.
He drifted up there and goes into the wall first, and then, look, see, he hit the wall there,
Yep.
then he turned it down, trying to save it, and he cut right across in front of Carter. Well, there you go. We are
So much for that damn strategy.
Okay, so now, is somebody going to come and take tires? I guarantee you.
I think you're crazy if you don't.
Well, I don't necessarily disagree. At this point, I think a fresh set of tires right here, maybe a splash because they got 2 green-white checker attempts if that happens. So you need a little fuel for that as well. Get you some freshies right here, maybe 2 freshies, maybe not 4. But obviously because like William Martin, he's going to get that lucky dog. And when he does, you can bet your ass – he's going to go get 4 fresh tires. Oh, they're coming.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but
everybody's coming.
Oh, no, they're all coming. Okay. All right, they're all coming. Yeah, they're all coming.
I think, honestly, Jim, right here, if you stay out right here at this point, you are a sitting duck.
Oh, no, you're done. Yeah, you're done.
Yeah, you're absolutely done. Yeah. Maybe some of these guys, just maybe, well, no, I mean, everybody that's a lap down, they decided, nope, we're going to go ahead.
Well, the lap down guys,
well.
The lap down guys will come around. Some of them should catch it on the net. Wait a minute, BJ Lane's they're coming in now. They're just getting there. Okay, all right. So they're all coming. Okay. Well, we knew that. I mean, that's not a big surprise there. We knew that. Who's coming off pit road first? So Cornprost is going to get off pit road first. That's important. Where's Scott at? Right behind him? Okay. All right. So there's still going to be 1 and 2 here. Let's see. 9-second pit stops. They're all taking 2. Who took 4? Bobby Joe back there a few spots back. Uh-oh. Bobby Joe took 4. Kennedy took 4. Kennedy was fast early in the night. And something we never talked about on his last pit stop, he stayed in and got some work done on his truck. Apparently he had a little something going on. So he stayed in, had a long pit stop, and got a little work done. And so he kind of got mired back there in the middle of the pack. But you remember, Kennedy was up front early in this race. Now he's sitting back there in, 6th spot or so with 4 fresh tires on that thing. Robinson's got 4 fresh tires. Bobby Joe's got 4 fresh tires back there. BJ Lane, or not Bobby Joe, but BJ's got 4 fresh tires. And look who's back there. Bud Light Mike. He never went a lap down.
William Martin, obviously, he's going to take his 4 freshies and send it out there as well. Lights is out. We're going to step away and let you hear from one of our sponsors. Here with Heart to Heart Motorsports, we're back for the finish here tonight at Kentucky.
Hi, I'm Aaron Lane from Bass Tire.
Hi, I'm Steve Bass. We're here at the legendary Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Good tires and brakes are important on this race car. so are the tires and brakes on your vehicle.
For the very best in tires, brakes, and auto service, come make a pit stop at NASCAR.
Serving Nashville for over 35 years.
On Nolensville Road, next to the zoo.
And as you just heard us say, it is fixing to get good here at Kentucky. Cornprost, Casanave, they took 2. Roberson took 2. Lowemeyer took 2. First one on 4. It's Bobby Joe back there. He ran the fastest lap of the race at a 30.174. Sitting back there in the 5th spot could really change the game plan of how this bad boy turns out. Pace car's off. First attempt at a green-white checkered. If we get the white flag, we will have an official race that can all wreck. First one back to the line wins it all. But if we have another wreck before they get back to the white flag, we'll re-wreck them, restack them, and do it one more time. Green flag in air. Cornprost, big jump, huge jump over Casanave, who led a majority of this race. Roberson down to the inside. Casanave tried to side draft and cautions out.
Yeah, no, I saw it happening back there. By the way, I don't think that was a green-white checker. I think that was still the official race, wasn't it? So that would not – I don't think that's going to count as a green-white checker, but we'll look into that in a second.
Okay.
We'll look into that in a minute here. No, because we're not even at lap 100 yet. So, no, that was not unofficial. Oh, no, that was Kennedy. Oh, my God.
Oh, wait a second. Whoa, 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 whoa. Back it up. Back it up. I got a feeling right here, Jim. I got a big bad feeling about something right here.
All right.
I got to do it. Look who gets into Kennedy. Robertson gets into Kennedy. Remember earlier on in the race, Robertson was down on the bottom, or Kennedy was all the way down. Robertson didn't let him up, and Kennedy got into him. That's payback. I think that might be payback, Jim. We got beef. I think we got beef right here. Very good possibility. There may be beef right there because Kennedy got into Robertson earlier and set him around. Now Robertson dove down to the inside. It got into Kennedy and sent Kennedy around. The only bad part about it is there was other drivers that got involved in the melee. That was the only bad part about it.
Was that the original caution in the race?
No, Robertson, that spin never brought out the caution with Robertson and Kennedy. That never actually brought out the caution.
Oh, okay.
It was the very first one where Bud Light Mike and
that's right.
I believe it was the Monk. They spun and brought out the caution. I believe that was the very first caution of the race. Robertson, when he spun, there was no caution in that one. But Kennedy set him. I'm curious if maybe, just maybe, if that might have been payback right there, Jim, because that was same drivers and same damn spot that it happened from the first go-round.
So
same exact spot going in turn 1.
So it was Kennedy and Ron Robertson, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, this isn't it, I don't think.
That's it right there. Robertson down to the inside. Kennedy gets into Robertson.
So is this where it happened, right after this?
I think it was a couple of laps after that. If you're talking about if that right there was the second or the restart right after the first wreck.
So
it was when they went in there and Robertson got set around by Kennedy down on the apron. It was well into the green flag run when that happened though.
All right, so
it was before they pitted the first time. Right here. Kennedy dives down to the inside. It might have been. I remember it. I
remember it happening. I'm just trying to find it, but it's not marked anywhere. So anyway, I just thought I'd see if I could dig it up since we were trying to create some beef there, or see if there was some beef, I should say.
I'd say there probably is.
I'll tell you what, man.
If I had to take a while.
Just listening to him talk last week in the winner's circle, I don't know. I just don't seem like he doesn't seem like the type to retaliate like that. But he might be. You never know. That's the best kind, right? The ones that can do it quietly. All right, so let's see.
Well,
who's made a move here so far? Bobby Joe is now in 4th place with his 4 freshies. So he's slipped up a spot or 2. Lohmeyer's back 1 or 2. Problem is Kennedy got involved in that, so he had to pit, but he did not use his fast repair earlier. If you remember me talking about him going out there and doing some work during a pit stop, so he still had it. So he's going to be back okay, but with 3 laps to go, now we're into overtime. This is a green-white checker. This should be the first attempt at the green-white checker right here.
Yeah, absolutely, and the rules apply from the first time that we talked about them. If they make it to the white flag and get past it and they take the white flag, we got an official race. If they do not, we'll re-rack them, restack them. We'll do it again one more time. Green flag in the air. Corn Prost trying to get away from Castanave. No, sir. Castanave down to the inside. He's got a shot. Corn Prost up top. Looking 3 wide. Robertson down to the bottom side. And Bobby Joe right behind him with freshies. Wow, Robertson sends it on the inside. Castanave tries to pitch him down. And Corn Prost with a run on the outside.
Oh, Bobby Joe is sitting there thinking about going 4 wide, but he knows better. He's going to hang in there right now. We're on the final lap, baby. This is it. We're going. This is the finish of the race right here. And Corn Prost is gone. There ain't nobody catching him.
Oh, wow. Corn Prost, absolutely. Check it out. Bobby Joe smacked the fence going into turn 1. Scott Castanave would love to get one more shot on that restart, but it ain't going to happen. Robertson tries to send it in. Bobby Joe tried to go for 3rd, but up front, Austin Corn Prost takes it here at Kentucky. He wins it here tonight. Battle for 3rd, and Robertson able to get Bobby Joe at the line. Wow, what a finish. And yes, wow, Kennedy sending it into Robertson. We got beef.
We definitely got beef.
Oh, baby. We got beef. We have beef on the backstretch of Kentucky. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, we definitely
ran him over,
definitely
son.
got beef now for sure.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man. Yeah, we do. Yes. There's a little beef there for sure. Man.
Damn, what a send right there from Kennedy getting into Robertson. Corn Prost steals the show, gets the win.
Yeah, what a win. That was nice, man. Nice win
And
for
he
him.
burned it down right there on the front stretch, baby.
Him up,
baby.
There you go. All right. Well, that was a good race, man. That was good race right there. Good, clean, good green flag racing. Then we got the excitement at the end. Look at him. He's doing a good job on the burnout now. He's crab walking that baby. That's what I'm talking about.
He looks like he's done that a thing or two, to be honest with you.
He's definitely done that a couple times.
Yep. It's exactly what it looks like, and he is going to love it here tonight. Remember Corn Prost, remember what happened at Daytona last week. Got sent down pit road and then came back up, tried to merge back up. He did not get the finish that he wanted.
No, he dukes a hazard, as you said. That's what you called it last week. He went dukes a hazard across the infield there.
Wow. And this is going to really shoot him up through the points with the win here tonight. Obviously, we talked about it a while ago, was 15th in the standings, and right there is exactly where he is going to be heading to in victory lane here tonight. Sparta, Kentucky, virtual Sparta, Kentucky, might I add.
Yep.
Wow, what a finish.
Let's do the results here, and then we'll take a break while we gather everybody up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's check out your race results. Austin Corn Prost able to get the win here tonight on a late race restart. Scott Castanave, who we thought, honestly, had this sucker in the bag, but Corn Prost obviously was a little bit faster right there at the end, but Scott Castanave will come on one spot short in P2 here tonight. Adam Robertson will end up talking to us here in a little bit. He finishes on the podium in P3 here tonight. Bobby Joe comes out with a good night for him, finishing in P4 up 3 spots. Andrew Lohmeyer started 5th. That's exactly where he's going to finish here tonight, with B.J. Lane the third coming home in P6. Ronald Robertson had that little interesting deal over in 1 and 2 with Kennedy right behind him, and they're going to finish 7th and 8th. My boy Bud Light Mike, he ends up finishing in 9th, and Benny Jones rounds out the top 10. William Martin finishes in 11th, with Ryan Perone Sr. finishing in 12th. Dan Collison finishes in 13th. Carter Casanave will finish in 14th. Brandon Ressler will finish in 15th, with Daniel Yacht in 16th. And Cameron DeMonk, the 17 drivers here tonight for round 2 at Kentucky for the Heart to Heart Motorsports Truck Series. Folks, we're going to round those podium finishers up. Let's hear from some of our great sponsors. We're back. Talk to them. Final analysis of it all here tonight at Kentucky. Stick around. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Aaron Lane from Bass Tire.
Hi, I'm Steve Bass. We're here at the legendary Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Good tires and brakes are important on this race car, and so are the tires and brakes on your vehicle.
For the very best in tires, brakes, and auto service, come make a pit stop at Bass Tire.
Serving Nashville for over 35 years.
On Nolensville Road, next to the zoo.
And we're back here at Kentucky after a wild one here tonight. Race winner, number 95, Austin Kornprost gets it done. Matter of fact, Austin, you ran the fastest lap of the race. I think it was on the last lap of the race. So, but Austin, buddy, congratulations on the win. Tell us about it.
Thank you, man. It's a hard track, especially trying to save tire and try not to let the leader get too far out ahead of you. We practiced all week on tire wear and all that, and turned out to be a pretty good one.
Jimmy.
Oh yeah, I was sitting down here trying to get some graphics up, show his truck and everything in the bottom of the screen there. Yeah, man, good run. Obviously I gave you a bit of grief last week about that coming up pit road thing. I was
I deserve it.
It looked sketchier than it was, I guess, but it was. But either way, it made for good fun. Either way, that's right. It makes it exciting. And I tell you what, the reel's going around on TikTok and Facebook and whatnot, and it's getting a lot of views and a lot of likes. So people thought it was entertaining. So that's what it's all about. But no, man, good run tonight. I don't really have too much other than we thought this was Scott's race, to be honest with you. And I said, when you made a lunge at him with about 16 to go, and I said, I thought that was too early. I said I'd wait till about 8, that way if my tires got hot trying to get around him, I could cool them off and get one last shot. And that's literally, I think, when you passed him was about 8 to go. But, yeah, man.
Yeah, we worked together all night, too, so we kind of had a game plan all race, and it worked out. Wasn't expecting that caution. We really didn't want it.
No kidding. I bet you didn't. Especially since y'all took 2, and then you had some kind of fast guys back there, like Kennedy, who was fast early in the night. He got 4, and there were several guys back there that picked up 4. Bobby Joe, he's fast too.
Oh yeah.
You know, so I know that y'all had to be at least somewhat concerned about that with the guys getting 4 back there.
Yeah. I knew Bobby Joe took 4, and I knew if he got an opening, he was going to come for me and Scott pretty hot. So, but no, it worked out. I found a line on the top side that was actually really fast on the exit, so that played in my favor.
Apparently you did, because what he said was correct. The fastest lap of the race was your last lap of the race. So you found a good time to pick them up and put them down. So that worked out well.
Thank you.
Well, Austin, buddy, congratulations on the win. Austin Corbros wins it round 2 here tonight at Kentucky. Austin, buddy, appreciate your time. Congratulations on the win. And as always, before we let you go, thank your sponsors and shout outs.
Yeah, TW Perry, Bass Tire, Chase and Muscle Car, Buchanan Resort, Allen Tillery, all the sponsors help us week to week. We appreciate it.
From going down pit road and Dukes of Hazzard at week 1 to the win here tonight at Kentucky. Austin, buddy, congratulations on the win. Appreciate your time. We'll see you in New Hampshire next week.
Thank you.
That was Austin Corbros, comes home with a win here tonight. Now we'll go to second place finisher, Scott Casanave up here. Scott Casanave. We'll just go ahead. I mean, we're getting close. We're getting close. We're getting there, Scott. We're doing the best we can. Good. But Scott, buddy, congratulations on the P2. I mean, Austin talked about it right there a second ago. You know, both of y'all were working together, but obviously, I know you wanted to get up there and try to win the damn thing. I mean, what more could you have done to get the win here tonight?
I don't know. Austin's always fast. He's smooth and fast. He's just a good driver overall. I mean, even on the road courses, he can lay it down. But I tried, man. I was getting a little slower than he was, and I let him go. Of course, we're not going to battle to get anybody catching. He's my teammate, so we work together. Like you said, I wish it would have went green. We would have had 1 and 2 sold up for sure.
Well, Jim, you got anything, buddy?
Well, in the end, you still ended up with 1 and 2. I thought getting there towards the end, right before that caution came out, I wondered if you were starting to get close on fuel. I thought because it looked like you slowed up just a little bit there. Was that a fuel situation, or were you good on fuel? If that caution,
I was right there. It was going to be close, but I was going to make it, but it was going to be close. But I was backing it up a little bit to try to save a little fuel. Well, I had enough. It was just going to be close, but I backed it up a little bit. But I was getting a little slower than Austin. I felt like I was holding him up, and I was like, "Look, go ahead and go." And like I said, I didn't want to battle him. I didn't want to, we get up there and start battling, they're going to catch us.
Sure, yeah. No, that was.
I just let him go and tucked in behind him. I still had a pretty good feeling car today, this week. I mean, I can't tell you how many laps we've done, guys. We open practice and these guys don't come in. I just don't understand it. I don't know if they practice on their own or what, but we come in here and we put in the work, and you can see tonight it paid off.
Well, there's a reward for putting in hard work, no doubt about it. And
absolutely,
I think you find that across the board with that's in every league and whatnot, but the guys that put in the work are the ones that put on the show too. So congratulations to you guys for doing that. And
thank you. Yeah.
And also thank you for your graphic art help with the logos and stuff like that.
Absolutely. Anytime you need help. Yeah.
And just so you know, obviously you got rewarded this week with your truck picture on the, and I know you do a lot of the trucks for the guys and stuff. So that angle that you took that picture at, just for future reference when you do other people's trucks, that's an angle I like for the thumbnails. So
okay.
I'm just going to say, for anybody listening, if you want your truck to end up on the thumbnail, it'd probably be best to post a picture in roughly that angle, because that's the one I like. So, but anyway, congratulations, man, and
thank you. And, I appreciate it.
Another good run, and obviously that's got to put you first in points, given 2 second place finishes in a row. So, I'm sure.
Yeah, it should. Yeah.
So congratulations.
Consistency
on that.
pays off.
Oh,
yes,
absolutely.
sure
Yeah,
does.
no
Yeah.
doubt about that. No doubt about that. So congratulations
Sure
again.
does. Yeah, thank you. And I'm glad we got Jake on board, man. Y'all did a great job last weekend. It was awesome.
Yeah. Now
Absolutely.
that we got him in here,
Uh-oh.
wait till you hear this one. We really no, I'm kidding. We really,
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, that was freaking awesome, man, Jake. You and Jim's doing a phenomenal job. It was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Scott. You come on P2 here tonight. As always, buddy, thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Sponsors need shout outs.
Oh man, got to give a big shout to Allen Tillery Chevrolet for sponsoring me. T.W. Perry, Muscle Car, Cannon Resort, Rusty. I don't know if I'm leaving anybody out, but all our sponsors, Heart to Heart. These guys here, I love racing with them. They know that. I say it every time I get in here and get to speak. And I appreciate you guys, MotorMouth, for broadcasting great races. I appreciate y'all.
well, we
We
appreciate
appreciate you, buddy. We appreciate
And by
you.
the way,
you.
I muted my music tonight.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about
Well,
that.
they didn't
I forgot
flag us.
about that.
They didn't flag us last week, so we made it. We
Well,
were all
that's
right.
good. No, when I come
forgot
in
about
the
that.
booth, I muted my music so y'all wouldn't get in trouble.
There
I
you go.
appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah,
Hey,
got the
look at
Lady Wilson
fireworks.
rocking in the background
Fireworks
one way or
going
another,
off
I
there.
guess. But
That's right.
all righty. Well, Mr. Casanova himself, Scott Casanova, comes home with P2 here tonight. Scott, buddy, appreciate your time. Congratulations on P2. We'll see you at the Magic Mile next week.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
That was Scott Casanova, comes home in P2. Now we'll go to P3. He's been waiting for a little bit, but he's in here. He's got sticking around. Adam Roberson comes home P3, up one spot from where he started at. Adam, I should say. Buddy, congratulations on the P3 finish. Buddy, tell us about it.
Oh, it wasn't a bad race. I saved a little too much on the first run, let them get too far out. Then I had to burn my stuff up to get kind of close enough back to them. And then if I hadn't had that last caution, I was going to finish fourth. So I'm probably the only one in here that wanted to see it. But I took my shot with two tires and hoped they slid up into each other, and they didn't, and just kind of held on for third there. It's kind of boring race after I got into third to start with, just kind of out there riding for the most part.
Jim, you got anything for him?
Well, that's, sometimes a boring race when you're running up front is not the worst thing in the world.
Oh, it's not the worst thing in the world. Trust me, I'm okay with a boring race. I don't like it when I'm having to constantly watch all around me and keep turning my head and hope I don't get doored in the process. So it was nice there. That second run, I was like, well, if I get a caution, it'll be all right. If not, I'm okay with finishing fourth because I have a grand total of like 30 laps of practice because I couldn't practice because of work this week. So, and this is my second to least favorite racetrack right behind Texas. So I'm glad to get out of here with the top three, even though I'm not going to be here for a couple of weeks. I hate this place. I think it should be banned from making two corners different like that.
No, man, that's character. We don't need them cookie cutters. This is character. But that's a discussion. That's a discussion for a podcast at another point in time.
We need 30 Darlingtons. That's what we need.
Well, look, I like Darlington too now, but we don't need 30 of them. But I do like Darlington. It's one of my favorite tracks. But
hey, they got two different corners.
Yeah, they do.
They got the same banking pretty much though. The banking's what I don't like. It's not the shape; it's the banking.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
I like different banking though, but that's just me. I like a track that you got to fish around for. But anyway, that's another story. But congratulations, man. Good run for you tonight. Good solid. Like I said, it's a good start to the season. And unfortunately, you said you're gonna miss a few, I guess, because of work.
Yeah. Well, one of them's for work, and one of them, I hate to say it, I'm gonna pick going floating around on a cruise ship over being here. I know it's a hard decision, but I
don't blame me.
Look, I can't blame you for that at all. I'm a big fan of cruising too, so yeah.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, look.
I'll think about you with a drink in my hand. How's that?
There you go. That's right.
Attaboy. Adam Robinson, buddy, come on P3 here tonight. Appreciate your time. And as always, thank your sponsors and shout outs.
Well, we can thank the Black Paint Company since that's the primary sponsor on the truck. But thank all the league sponsors, They truly help make things happen. And like Scott said, I do enjoy racing with these guys. I just hate that, well, until second week of December, I hate that I can't run every week, but I should be able to after that. So I get to finally not be a night shift person. So I can actually race if I work.
All right. Well, congratulations for that too.
Yeah. So, but hopefully everybody has a good couple of weeks.
We'll see what happens. Adam Roberson coming home with P3 here tonight. Adam, buddy, appreciate your time. Congratulations on P3. We'll see you at the Magic Mile next week. That was Adam Roberson comes home with P3 here tonight. Jim, buddy, whew, I love this place. I really do. I hate that NASCAR doesn't run here anymore. I mean, this is where the horses really run and where the whiskey's that good. Your take of it here tonight.
Man, look, it was again, I don't know, I say this a lot, but what else could you ask for, man? We had good, clean green flag racing, so nobody can't complain about caution flags and whatnot. We still had we had great battles all up and down the field, and then we had a super exciting shootout right there at the end too. I mean, everything you could want, man. A little beef, love a little beef. I don't care what anybody says. I'm a hamburger man. I love my beef.
Yes, sir. Beef is what's for dinner.
That's
I mean,
right.
you get it lined up now. Always Sunday. But folks, I love this track. Like I said, I've raced here a couple of times on sim or on iRacing. I love it. And I mean, I never won here, but I mean, it's always produced some great racing, and it produced it here tonight with the Heart to Heart guys. And I mean, we'll see what happens as we go to a short track next week, and a little bit of that beef may carry over to next week. We're going to have to really watch out for that and see if that happens as we get ready for round 3 at New Hampshire. But, folks, that's going to do it for this broadcast here on MotorMouth Broadcasting. Got to thank all the great sponsors here with Heart to Heart Motorsports, Chasing Muscle Cars. You got C&L Carpets, Allen Tillery. Then you got Buckhead and Resort, Bass Tire, and T.W. Perry. I mean, great sponsors here with the league. Can't forget about Bobby Joe and everybody over here at Heart to Heart Motorsports for what they do, allowing us to come in here, call the races, be ourselves, enjoy time. And got to give a shout out to the drivers. I mean, they put on a hell of a show tonight, and the fans, y'all come out in big old numbers and supporting this great league. And it's going to be a good one over the next couple of weeks, next couple of months, see how this all turns out. I can't wait to see how this all turns out here on MotorMouth Broadcasting. From my good buddy Jim Cunningham on the Redneck Announcer, Jake Reed said, as always, say, be safe, be kind, be fast. Whoo, baby, Magic Mile is going to be magical next Sunday night, live here on MotorMouth Broadcast at 8:45. Make it 9 p.m. Eastern Time. You'll see it right here on MotorMouth Broadcasting. We get magical next week. We'll see you there.